speed it up so you don't have to sit and watch me color it. But a couple things I want to talk to you about. One, you want to press really hard. You want to fill in all of your space. You don't want to leave any cement showing. And you're going to use your white chalk. Now, if you have other chalk at home, please get that out. I only sent you home with 2 pieces. That was because I had to get a whole 2 classes full of chalk. But if you have more chalk at home, get that other chalk out, okay? Once I show you how to do this, I'm also going to go back inside and show you how to do one of these in the house on a piece of paper. But for now, I want you to go ahead and think about a repeating pattern. Mandalas are made up of a repeating patterns, or Rangolis. I'll show you some samples of both of those and a really cool video about them. But you want to go ahead and think about a repeating pattern. It doesn't have to be flowery. It can be more geometric shaped if you want to. But I'm going to show you my one that I already made. It has more flowers in it, and I'm going to show you a more geometric one right now. Just think of repeating patterns though, okay? When I do this on a paper in the house, you're going to notice that I'm going to do a lot more measuring, and you can use a compass, not like the kind that helps you find directions, a compass that actually draws circles for you, okay? All right, so here we go. I'm gonna turn the camera so you can see down on my cement, and then we'll get going, okay? All right, so here I go. I'm gonna go ahead and start off by creating a centerpiece. And so by doing that, I'm just going to start with one little round dot. Now by doing that dot, I know that everything is going to keep coming out of it in a circular pattern, okay? So I'm going to start off by making 5 lines, all right? Now I can turn these into a flower by putting little a wave type line in it, or I can go ahead and keep it geometric. I told you I would keep it geometric in this sense. So I'm going to go ahead and make it more star-like. All right, so now that I have that first pattern, I'm going to go ahead and put some triangles in this pattern here. Now, when we look at these, a lot of times they're much more detailed than I'm going to make it, but because we're doing this in our outside with chalk, and we've never really studied this before. Do you see how I made these rounded bumps? Now it makes it look like it's a flower. But because we've never done this, we're going to just practice repeating patterns. So I've taken this and I've made sort of a rounded rectangle, and I'm going to repeat that all the way around, even if it's not looking exactly the same. I'm going to really work on creating that repeated pattern. So I'm using my white chalk. Now, one of the things that I did with my earlier one is when I was finished, I outlined everything in white chalk, and that's something I would have you do if we were doing these outside at school, because outside at school, you wouldn't actually get to draw yours. You would just be coloring yours. So that's really the fun part about you getting to do this. You get to create your own. All right, so you can see, you can keep it like this, or you can just keep adding to it. So it's really going to depend on how much you want to add to your piece of art, okay, as you go. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to add, let's do some triangles this direction. We have the trash truck going around this morning, and people's pets are walking around. So if I look silly talking to myself, that's what's happening. All right, so you see how I've added those pieces on? Now I'm going to go ahead, I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go ahead and add another dimension to it. So at this point I could add a circle around the edges of it if I wanted to, or I could go ahead and keep that triangle shape. I have these triangle shapes going. You'll notice that mine is just not perfect. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and try to draw something of a circle. And then I'm going to put some circles in the center here. And remember, even if my spaces aren't exactly right, I still want to just keep that pattern going. And again, I can just keep going and going and going, depending on how much chalk you have. I've run out of a little white chalk, so I'm going to stop here. And now I'm going to go ahead and pick up my colors, and I'm going to start coloring. When I color, I want to vary my pattern, okay? So I want to do, if I'm going to do this green, I'm either going to do all of them green, or I'm going to go green, yellow, green, yellow. Green. I want to go ahead and make that pattern go around and around. A pattern is a repeating. So if you have just the 2 colors I gave you, then you're going to go ahead and fill it in with that. If you have more colors, then I want you to go ahead and add those colors. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start coloring it in, and you can watch what I end up doing, and then I'll show you it when we're all finished. Okay, so I've colored in my whole piece now. And if you still have some of that white chalk left, you can go ahead and outline it in white. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to outline it in black today. I don't have any more white chalk, that's why. So I'm going to, ouch. So I'm going to go ahead and outline, oh, it looks like it's gray. That's okay. You know what? Nope, I don't like it. So I'm going to go over it in yellow. Ah, so much better. So I'm going to go outline all of mine in yellow. And you can do any color you want. If you have a really good black, at school we have these really great black pieces of chalk that look really cool when you outline it in black. But alas, we have to make do with what we have, right friends? All right, so go ahead and outline, and hopefully you have some more sidewalk chalk at home. I got this sidewalk chalk at the dollar store actually. It has tons of colors in it, and this yellow and this, oh, I just made a fake line there. The yellow and that red is really great. So I'm just gonna go ahead and outline all of this, and what it does, it just really, that word pop that I love to use, it makes it pop off the page. The fun thing that you can do with this, you guys, is decorate your own sidewalk for your neighbors, but it would be a really cool thing to go to a family member's house and surprise them with this in their front yard, or a friend that you've missed and you haven't been able to go see. What a great thing to be able to wake up and walk outside and see this on your front porch or on your front sidewalk. It would really make things happy. Look at that, look how pretty that is. So I want you guys to get out there, enjoy the sunshine. I want to see you do some creating. Please take a picture of it and send it to me when you're done, all right?